Alright guys, we made it back to Legram. I decided to cut out all the backtracking, coming back to town, just to save you guys wasted time, because absolutely nothing happened. Something seems amiss here. The town isn't usually this noisy. Huh? What's going on? Looks like the liner's back at the harbor. But who are all those weird people around it? Oh, provincial army. They look like soldiers from one of the provincial armies. It certainly seems that way. White and purple. I seem to remember seeing those colors back in Heimdall. I believe that combination of colors represents the Lemire Provincial Army. But Lemire is on the other side of the Empire. What business could their provincial army have in Legram? That's a good question. Hey, looks like you're back. At Toval. Toval? Do you have any idea what's going on here? Word on the street is they requisitioned a liner from the wharf on the far shore. So while we're seeing Lemire's provincial army and not Sutherland's is still kind of a mystery. Apparently, though, some big shot noble is visiting the Viscount as we speak. Oh, so we got visitors here. A big shot noble. Another noble visiting father? Another, huh? Who could possibly? That's a bit concerning. Well, if you're curious, why don't you go take a look for yourselves? Since you returned from the highway, that means you took care of that monster, right? Yeah, we did, except for that's no damn regular monster, Toval. It's an archaism. Well, that is true. Actually, there was something we wanted to ask you about regarding that. The group gave a brief description of the monster they fought at Toval. A mechanical monster, you say? Toval, you already know what it is. Toval, you have some idea as to what it might be? Well, I'm not sure, but I think I'll go have a look at what's left of it, just in case. Anyway, good work out there, guys. Here's your reward. You receive U material. I'll leave checking out what's going on at the Viscount's mansion to you. Alright, be safe out there, Toval. Huh. He definitely seems like he knows something we don't. Ilium, you're the one to talk. You probably have so much information regarding a lot of stuff. You just spend it blabbering about some shit that, maybe we care about, but maybe we don't. It's usually just Gramps this, Gramps, Claire. Well, for now, there's no harm in leaving the matter to him. Right, we should see what's going on at Laura's house. Agreed. Quest, Evil Highway Monster 2 completed. I will say this though. Okay, dialogue has clearly changed, so we're gonna spend some time walking around before we do anything. But I will say this, it's hard trying to read dialogue for Million. No disrespect to Million, you guys know, I adore Million. But I have a hard enough time reading dialogue for all of the girls. It's hard as hell to try to read dialogue for females. I don't know how some people do it. I can't do it. But on top of reading a dialogue for a female, now it's a small
My turn. I've got this.
My turn.
Child. It is so hard. I'm barely even trying at this point. We got these two. We got Julian and Cardinal. Where'd all these soldiers come from? I wish they'd get out of here. Man, this sucks. We can't go scope out our base with these losers here. I promise you guys, the base that they're talking about is Legram Castle. Watch! I already said it, I think in the previous part, because they brought it up, I believe in the last part maybe. This is a part that you guys already watched basically. But I'm telling you, this reminds me of the situation with Pat and Luke. Hopefully I got their names right. Pat and Luke, the kids from Scott. Our stuff is still here. That's pretty cool. The Lance Maiden and her Eisenritter, in praise of their valor during the War of the Alliance, may their souls rest in peace. Now one step further, got it? This boat is currently under our command. We're prepared to swiftly detain anyone who dares to object to our presence. This guy really thinks I think I care? Man, I run this place, man. Look, walk right past them. You didn't even do anything. Yeah, I'm pressing a army soldier. Who cares? These guys are nothing to me. All of you guys are zealots. I've heard an earful about how scenic Legram is, but it looks like any other rural town to me. I've got no interest in coming to some little hamlet like this, but work is work. Yo, shut the fuck up. I swear, people love trying to think that they're too good for something. Really out here thinking he's too good to be in a spot like this. You should be blessed to be in this spot. You should be on your knees thinking aidios. You lucky other people are around. I'll throw your ass over in this damn lake. I got so mad I talked to him like 3 times. I don't know what's going on here, but these guys just showed up and took control of the boat. Our soldiers from the Lemire province here though. Okay, these guys are just saying one thing. Exactly how long do they want us to stand around for? I can't even ask because they'll probably try and accuse me of something. Talk about annoying. And of course, there's probably no one in here, but I still wanted to check. Hey, yeah, 7, what's going on? It's the Lemire Provincial Army, isn't it? What would bring them to Legram of all places? Now I'm a bit worried. Everybody's just saying one slice of dialogue this time? It's kind of weird. We seem to have some new guests. Nothing to be alarmed about though. They're free to look around all they like. We have nothing to be ashamed of here in Legram after all. Yeah, sorry about that, I'm bad. Okay. There seems to be a real ruckus going on outside. Father should be back by now too. I wonder what happened. Dun, 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 dun. These boondock dwellers have been standing around gawking at us the whole time. It's really starting to bother me. You know what's really starting to bother me? That you fucking clowns are even here in the first place. That's starting to bother me. Since we want to be so open and upfront with each other. Yeah. You bother me. And lucky their lord is the Radiant Blade Master, otherwise they'd have plenty to answer for. So basically, they're lucky because you guys are too bitch made to do anything with the Radiant Blade Master. You're too scared. It's easy to run your mouth with people that are just civilians that don't do any fighting. But as soon as the moment comes where it's somebody that can fight, everybody's scared. Why you ain't so tough then? That's why you can't respect these clowns. Oh, where might all of you be from? Our lord happens to be visiting Viscount Arseid at the moment, so be sure not to disturb them. Yeah, whatever. I'm already sick of dealing with these clowns. Are you aware that some big shot noble from the Legram province is currently visiting your home, Lady Lord? The soldiers in town seem to have come as his escorts. Their arrogant attitude is only further proof that men simply cannot be trusted. Syria, please stop grouping up everybody together. This is the problem, even nowadays. Just because someone else is doing something, that doesn't mean everybody that's in the same category as them does it. Shit is so annoying. Yeah, I'm getting pissed off during this part. Everybody's pissing me off. It's one hell of a confirmation bias. Like I say, I love Legram, and I do love Legram, but I hate the people in Legram, the women especially. Legram should be a place for the men, the fishermen. That's it. Swordsmen and fishermen, no women. Only on the outskirts of Legram somewhere. Only on the outskirts. But like Syria, Chloe, and all of them, like Sydney, I can't. I do hope they leave soon, regardless of what business they have with Lord Arseid. Their mere presence here leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I can agree with you on that. I wasn't expecting to see a noble getting off that liner. He must be quite the bold one to try and commandeer it too. We're all rather curious of what business he has here. The Lemire province, huh? They seem to be serving as someone's bodyguards. Having them around makes me feel rather uneasy though. Why can't they just wait at the wharf instead? Oh. Ooh, ooh. You better on guard duty. Yeah, apparently the noble who's been raising a ruckus around here is some big shot. Good grief, I'm not entirely certain who it is, but I'd appreciate it if they got their soldiers out of here. I can't possibly do business with them standing outside my store. I'm not sure why he's here, but I'd appreciate it if he finished his business and left. Tell him, Gramps. A man with two imposing-looking bodyguards passed by the store not long ago. They seem to have been heading to Lord Arseid's manor. Perhaps they have some business with him. A man with two bodyguards. Now my question is it just two lame-ass, provincial army bodyguards, like the two that are the few that are out right now, like these guys? Or is it some big time people? I mean, we'll find out soon enough. Oh my, what could have gotten into Pero? Did something happen? She's so clueless right now. She's one of the few women that I like here. The rest kinda suck. Except for Gram over there in that, that house. Oh wait, we gotta talk to our Fisher buddy. Can't forget about him. Come on now, what was I thinking? What seems to be going on here? For what reason does the Lemare provincial army have to be all the way out in Legram? Alright, let's make our way up this way. Oh.
Strutting around another lord's territory. How pompous can you get?
It sounds like there's a real VIP here.
Yeah, Eustace
Well,
doesn't.
let's return to the manor for now.
He plays no games. He just says whatever he likes. That's why I like Eustace. What's with all the ruckus out there? Have we got ourselves a VIP in town? Not often we get visitors at a time of this year. Alright, Helmukar. Alright, let's speak to Theramis. That was quite the striking person I just saw walking past. The kind of man whose appearance you'd never forget if you've seen him once. I wonder if he's a noble. I mean, with the way that you're describing him, then most likely. Because he must look rich as hell. I seriously wonder what's going on here. Oh, everyone's outside. Yo, whoever showed up, they seriously must be quite the individual to have everyone outside. Are you serious? He had two bodyguards with him, but they definitely didn't seem like they're part of the provincial army. They felt a lot more dangerous than that. A lot more dangerous than that. Not part of the provincial army. Maybe Jaegers? Because if it is a noble, then most likely he hired Jaegers, since he has the mirror to do so. Just who in the world are they? they certainly appeared out of nowhere. Granted, most people who have business with the master tend to turn up rather abruptly. Wasn't that a noble? No, my eyes must be deceiving me. Okay, they're all just saying the same dialogue. Or repeating their same dialogue. I can only assume that they belong to an influential family. What business do they have here, though? I don't know, but we're about to find out, because you guys got me curious. Oh man, what are we about to get ourselves into? I mean, it can't be too bad if we still got this music playing. Oh. Hey, isn't that... Oh, whoa! Yo, look at these three. Yo, look at those two guys in the back. They look crazy. And this dude looks very flamboyant. There's no need to be so hasty. At least give my proposal some thought. Your attendance would add an extra degree of prestige to our gathering. I'm merely the lord of a mighty rural region. Surely you overstate the importance of my presence. A man's worth is decided not by himself, but by those he rubs elbows with. And while I'm sure you'd understand, I'd appreciate it if you didn't do anything to cause any unnecessary conflict. I'm not sure giving a combat training to the Imperial Army is something you ought to be doing either. No. After all, neither of us want any trouble, now do we? He isn't. He came here just to apply some pressure. This dude, it sound like some threats is behind this. Alright. That me as Viscount shook. Now this dude is clearly high up on the list. And with that, I bid you a fond farewell. Oh, and my compliments on the excellent tea. I am honored, Your Grace. See ya. Yo, look at these two guys right here. They have pretty cool designs. I rock with the shades. The jacket. I'm trying to think. For some reason, I feel like I've seen a jacket similar to this. Like you see the straps on it by the chest part. I don't know. Excuse us. All three of them have really cool designs though. Why, if it isn't young Laura and Eustace Alberea too. It's a pleasure to see you again, Your Grace. I appreciate all you continue to do for my father. They must know him. Clearly. He seems like somebody that's really high up in the noble society. He's probably someone from the Four Great Houses. Yeah, but look at how tense they are. They are tense. The way they were, the way the dialogue was, you could tell something was amiss. But it's probably just his status among the nobles. It's what's got these two like that, most likely. I wasn't expecting him to show up here of all people. And of course, the intelligence division over here, the Iron Blood, knows. Must be nice to be in the know, Milliam. Not knowing a lot of stuff. Meanwhile, we're sitting over here grasping at straws trying to figure everything out. You got it all on lock. That's Duke Cayenne! What in aidios is going on here? We finally have a face for the name. We heard way back in Trails to Azure. That was when we were at the table. When we all got together at the table, Chloe, Julia, Olivier Mueller, all of us was there. The SSS, of course. And it was Olivier that he was talking about the noble faction and about how they're the ones that was most likely funding the terrorists. And I'm not sure if it was Mueller or if it was Olivier, but one of them mentioned that they believe Duke Cayenne is the one that is, behind all of this, and that he is the one that's planning for terrorists to be at the trade conference to deal with, the Chancellor. Because we already knew about the noble faction, the beef between them and the reformists. Man, this is crazy. Yeah, this is why Trails it's the greatest. Come on, it's the greatest. That's Duke Cayenne, head of the foremost of the Four Great Houses and ruler of Port City of Ortis. His authority extends over the entire province of Lumiere to the west. Duke Cayenne. I'd love to stay and talk a while, but I'm afraid other urgent matters call me away. I'll endeavor to arrange another opportunity for us to meet in the near future. But for now, I bid you farewell. Oh, that was crazy. That was a crazy reveal right there. Oh, what's up with these two? Oh, what do we have here? You're Thor's Military Academy's Class VII, huh? You know about us? Why would a couple of Jaegers know about Class VII? Wait. Wait, are these two from Zephyr? Because why else would they really care about Class VII? The only thing I could think of is that it's because of Fee, which would tie them into Zephyr. And I think their jacket, I was talking about their jacket earlier. I believe in the picture in the flashback, Fee's backstory. I think these two guys were shown in that flashback. I don't know if you could see their faces, but by their build. Because one was like a pretty big dude. And the other was a toothpick. And then it was like Fee in the middle. But their jacket, it reminds me of the Jaeger King. The picture of him with Fee, he's like crouching down in the flashback. His jacket had those same, first of all, it had the same collar pop, but it also had those two straps. You can't see it, from this positioning. But the two straps I brought up earlier, it had those. The only difference is theirs is sealed off. His was opened up. His jacket was unzipped. That's the only thing I can think of as to why they would ever bring up Class VII. This has to be two Zephyr members. Didn't Fee say they left her? And where's the girl? The older girl? How do you... Oh, just happen to do a little leisure time reading on your class. I think that's code language for you're keeping tabs on Fee for whatever reason. I mean, Fee did say maybe they were like family. Because the Jaeger King was more like a father to her. And maybe that's why they're keeping tabs on Class VII, is mostly because of Fee. Not a bad looking bunch. Good. Good. Enough with the chit chat. His grace awaits. Hey, this guy looks sick. Is he also from Nord? Excuse us. And yes, I am saying that because he's colored. Even though I know that doesn't have to mean you're from Nord. I'm simply stating it because we know about Nord now. Because Shara isn't. We just know she's from some other area. Abyss, I don't know where the hell Abyss is from. See ya, kids. Who are those men? I honestly believe they're Zephyr members. I wonder how this is gonna turn out though. Because they all just left Fee by herself. So my question is the older girl with them too? Because you can't really say whether she is or not just because she didn't show up. Maybe it was a two-man job. But if that's the case, why turn their back on Fee like that? Because if she sees them again, what is that gonna be like? Especially if all of them are together and it kind of left her behind. I feel like she's gonna be hurt. They don't look like soldiers from the provincial army, that's for sure. That's because they're not. Those are Jaegers for sure. Especially considering the fact that they're with Duke Cayenne, who has all the mirror in the world. Come on now. We've learned this. We've learned this for a while now. Jaegers, they follow the money. And a good time. The mirror and a good time. And they seem to know about our class. Because the fee. And by because of fee, I just mean they're looking into this class because she's here. I doubt they'd give a single damn about any of us if he wasn't in this class. I presume they're personal bodyguards hired by Duke Cayenne. Father. You needn't look so concerned. However, it seems like they've finally begun to act. They finally begun to act? Oh, he's referring to the noble faction. Because we already know the connection with them and the Duke Cayenne. The noble faction has begun acting in secret? Yep. We already know this stuff because we have insight on what's going to take place very soon. Like, very soon. Over in Crossbell, the Imperial Liberation Front. Who do you think they're getting funded by? I mean, hell, even Sarah, kind of was trying to figure it out back in Nord. That conversation between Sarah and Sharon, when she was wondering how they got their hands on that model of airship that they had, and figuring they had to be backed by someone, big time. Because Sarah was wondering if Sharon had any idea. And it's crazy how everything you can just tie everything together, man. Like, as long as you can remember stuff, you can put it together when it's the time for it to be put together. That's quite nice. Indeed, for the past month they've been quite active behind closed doors. No doubt they're trying to reaffirm their unity, holding conference after conference all across the country. Of course, I'm sure this isn't news to your youngest classmate. It's definitely not news to Million whatsoever, not in the slightest. Well, yeah. The intelligence division's all on edge, wondering whether they're about to start a full-scale conflict with the reformists. Seriously? So that's what they've been up to, scurrying around all this time. But since Duke Cayenne's basically the leader of the noble faction, I sure wasn't expecting him to come all the way out here in person. Nor was I. They appear to be planning a large conference in the near future to be attended by all members of the noble faction. And of course they want you a part of it. The Duke came all the way out here to insist that I attend. Yeah, insist. You trying to force your hand. They're probably going to do it to all the people that are in positions like the Viscount Arseid. But Father, you're not even a member. Quite right, my lady. Your father has long kept his distance from the faction. In the same way, he has also kept space between himself and the reformers, preferring to remain neutral. However, they're convinced that all nobles should belong to the noble faction as a matter of course. I've heard they've been quite forceful about bringing those nobles who don't support the faction into their ranks. Would I be correct in assuming that my family is involved in all of this? Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, to be honest, with the way that your father uses, he probably wouldn't be all that much different than Duke Cayenne from that bit that we got from him. That was rough.
I'm afraid so. There's been some disagreement over whether Duke Cayenne or Duke Arseid should lead the 4 great houses. But I expected either would bring the same platform to the table.
Yeah, I feel the same. Yeah. Here, sis. If you don't mind my asking, do you happen to know where my family stands on the issue? That's a good question.
You need not worry about your family's allegiances. Lord Schwarzer is widely known as an even more obstinate man than I can't imagine that he'd have any interest in supporting the questionable actions of nobles.
I'm inclined to agree. We know that much even without having ever met the Baron Schwarzer. We know this much simply by what Reen was stating during that conversation between him and his sister. The fact that he didn't give a shit about what anyone thought about him taking in Reen just said everything I needed to know about his character. Yeah, I see. I'm actually a little relieved to hear you say so.
Hold on a moment. Perhaps there's a move we can make after all.
A move you can make? Suggesting?
I'm afraid I'll be leaving Legram again on another of my little trips. I apologize for the suddenness, but please tend to things in my absence.
As you wish, my lord. Your Klaus is too goated. And damn, he's leaving again. But after what just happened, I mean, you gotta make some sort of moves, I suppose. Father. Wow, well, that was sudden.
I believe in acting swiftly and decisively. I intend to establish contact with all the nobles who have remained neutral in the ongoing factional conflict.
Oh, I see. That would be a good start.
So as to prevent them being taken in by the noble faction's coercive methods.
Father. A prudent course of action, I think. In that case, I'd be happy to come with you. Toval! What are you doing here?
So you're here as well.
Would have missed a chance to catch a glimpse of the majestic Duke Cayenne. Did you know he left in a limousine that came all the way from Berehar? Oh! That makes sense with the provincial army that's here, their color scheme. So he must have been with Rufus. I doubt it was, Duke Arseid, of course. It must have been Rufus. Wait, then. It couldn't have. Did it belong to the Arseid family? Well, Rufus Arseid got into it, so yeah, I'd say that's likely. Couldn't ask for a classier escort. Makes sense it'd be Rufus. Yo, his fit is fire, man. I'm standing on it. Rufus probably got the coldest outfit in Cold Steel. Yeah, imagine just riding around in a tank in broad daylight. That's crazy. It's going through a whole nother town with a tank. So Rufus was here?
Well, he is the heir of the Albareo family. Considering our visitor was none other than Duke Cayenne, it's not at all surprising that Rufus would pick him up. But I know you didn't just come here to volunteer your company on my trip.
Well, it just so happens that these guys here brought me a pretty curious story. Oh, he's talking about the fact that we came across the archaism. We've got confirmation that a mechanical monster appeared on the highway outside of Legram.
Is that so?
Yeah, it's crazy too, because we know, I think it was from Laura, that nothing like that has ever been here. So the fact that this happened now of all times is kind of it's raising some questions.
I believe this is the first time one's appeared since the counter-offensive Sir Cassie's launched 2 years ago.
Hey, shout out to Pops, man. That's right. Come to think of it, that was the first time we met, wasn't it?
It was indeed. What a strange coincidence. Have any others been found in the area?
Nothing so far. This is just a hunch, but I suspect it may have been released as a diversion.
I concur. Perhaps having you come with me is the best course of action after all.
Alright, that's what I wanted to hear. Father, I feel like every single dialogue option that Laura has had so far has just been the word father. Please, Trails, allow this girl to speak her mind. Finally. My goodness. It sounds like there's a lot more going on here than just factions butting heads. There's really about to be a lot more going on soon. Just wait. Sorry, I can't say anything for certain just yet. But if we turn up anything concrete, I'll be sure to tell Sarah, and she'll pass it on. My boy Toval is way too cool. Man, it's getting crazy over here, man. Legram's story popping off. Alright, here's what I've got for you this afternoon. Receive Phil's study envelope. A golden catch. Calling all fishermen, could someone catch me the elusive gold salmon? Find me at Apricot's Inn for more detailed information. Weber. Nice. When you finish up for the day, I'd appreciate it if you could head to the guild and file your reports. I'll left you a note on the counter telling you how to do it. Nothing too difficult. Got it. Leave it to us. Just make sure you lock up before you leave for the night. Someone else should be coming in to take care of things tomorrow. Oh, so is it another bracer? Or is it the receptionist? Understood. We'll do our best to take care of the guild in your absence.
I wish you well in your studies, and I hope you'll forgive me for leaving so sudden.
Not to worry, Father. I'm used to it. Thank you again for your hospitality, and for agreeing to duel. I look forward to our next meeting.
As do I. You show great promise as a swordsman. I hope you will continue to devote yourself to your studies and training alongside my daughter.
I'm honored, sir.
In fact, I hope all of you will look past her uncouth father and continue giving her your friendship and support. As a single father, the fact that I've yet to hear any tales of budding romance concerning my daughter has me worried.
Yeah, he is laying it on thick, isn't he?
Father, it would be our pleasure. She sure does seem popular with the girls, though.
I pray you have a safe journey.
Thank you for all that you've done for us. Catch you later then. Give my best to Sarah. Two of the coolest people ever, man. Legram got the cool people outside of the few girls that don't like men.
Why must he always be so?
Honestly, you've got one amazing dad. It's true. The Viscount Arseid is goated. And honestly, you could tell that Laura takes after him quite a bit. I feel like just the way that she is as a person, you could just tell it was shaped from him. Free-spirited, open-minded, and not to mention incredibly strong. Having met him, I could tell how you grew up like you did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Huh? Reen's right, you know. You're living proof that great parents lead to great children.
Oh, that was sweet, Emma.
I suppose having someone like him in your life as a role model would naturally lead you to aspire to greatness.
Well, that or feel woefully inadequate in comparison and develop an inferiority complex. I feel like that was personal uses. Is that how you feel with Rufus? I mean, it would make sense. The way your father was treating you was rough. Probably doesn't treat Rufus like that in the slightest. But all told, you're living proof the daughter of the Arseid house is growing up sound in mind and body. He's trolling.
Stop teasing me at once. Moving on, Tovla has entrusted us with looking after the guild. We may have only a half a day remaining, but we still have our duties to fulfill.
Yeah, she tried to change the subject real quick.
Look at her trying to change the subject. I am not.
Yeah, Laura's cute. One additional quest was added. After you return to the guild to file your reports, the time of day will advance to evening, and the main story will proceed. Alright then. Well, honestly, I think we'll probably end off. Ew, that boat finally left. They sure were a rough bunch, but hey, at least now I can get back to work. Hey, I hear you. Yeah, I think we'll end off here. I will see you guys next time with more Trails of Cold Steel. Take care.